Welcome to Cliffy's Kitchen again, guys. It's always a pleasure having you in our kitchen to work with. This evening we have something very special for you. Before we tell you what it is, we just want to remind you to take a few moments and to like and subscribe if you have not done so as yet. This evening, of course, our menu, we're going to be concentrating on preparing some nice sweet and sour chicken for you. It's a favorite of a lot of people, many people. It's been even requested more than once. So Jordan is going to take you through what it takes to get this nicely done. So please follow along with Jordan.
So to get us started this evening, we have about 3 pounds of chicken breasts that was cut up into bite-sized pieces, and to season them up there was some salt and some pepper that was added. Also there was some garlic powder just to give it an initial seasoning. What you could do is just leave it there in the fridge for about 20 minutes to half an hour. That should be enough because it's not something that's heavily seasoned, but the sauce is going to really bring out everything here. But you still want your chicken to be seasoned to bring out the flavors of everything. For our sweet and sour sauce, we're going to be combining just a few ingredients. First one here is our ketchup. It's going to be about half a cup of ketchup. I'm going to be using 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. I'm going to be using 5 tablespoons of sugar. I didn't guarantee you that this was going to be super healthy. And for the vinegar, we're using white vinegar, and it's about a 1/3 cup of vinegar. I'm making 3 pounds of chicken, so that's why I've used this amount of ingredients. So let's just go and combine them now. So for our batter, we're going to be using just a few ingredients inside here. We have 5 tablespoons of flour. As I told you, I'm making 3 pounds of chicken, so I use a little bit more. And it's going to be a tablespoon of baking powder. And there's also going to be in here a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So let's just get this together now. I'm going to add some water because I'm going to make a wet batter so that I don't have to keep changing out the oil. So let's go ahead and get this batter together. I have in here 1 cup of water, so I'll just pour that in here now. I'll gauge it though because I don't want it to be too wet of a batter. So I'll just start mixing it in. I use about half of the water there. Looks like it might need a little bit more. So we're definitely going to be using a full cup of water here. So it's about this consistency that you want it to be, not too thick. Alright, so let's add the chicken to it now and then we'll get it going. So to get everything all battered up, I'm going to just go ahead and add the batter we just put together a while ago. Because it's a wet batter, you don't have to worry about everything being organized in here. You can just go ahead and pour it in. So we poured everything in. We're just going to try to get everything nice and coated. So just give it a quick mix here. It feels almost like pancake mix. That's the consistency that you're going for. But we're just trying to get everything nice and evenly coated. Don't be too concerned if you see it look like this. Right? You're going to be fishing them out. You'll have excess left over, but that's just part of the whole thing. So I've had my wok here preheated. Don't mind the dark spots, that's just some battle scars from before. But let's go ahead and add our chicken to the pot. We're going to be fishing them out. I'm using some tongs here to get that done. Perfect. So let me just go ahead and add the rest of them in, and I'll get back to you when we're finished frying our chicken. So this is the final product of the frying of the chicken before we get them into that nice sauce that we're going to make now. However, just wanted to highlight, as you can see, I like to call this a puffy fry. So that's what you get when you use a wet batter compared to a dry batter, which might give you a more jagged kind of fry. But both of them could be used. If you're using a dry batter, you might have to end up changing the oil a few times. Quick tip, I did these as 5 minutes on each side. So just letting you guys know, that's what worked for me in this case. You could give it a try, but still use good judgment and gauge it as you go along. Always watch your pot. So right here, we're going to be adding some stuff to the pot. First, we're going to be adding our sweet peppers, or bell peppers as some people call it. We're going to be adding some onion to the pot, and we're going to allow that to go on sauteing along with just a little bit of the scallion right there. We'll be using the scallion also to put on top as a garnish for our final dish. And when we're finished, we can add in our sauce. I'll bring you along with the process. Let's go. So now we're going to just add some oil to the pan. I have a tablespoon here. I'll be adding about 2 or 3 tablespoons. Let's see. 1, 2, I'll add 3. I'm doing 3 pounds of chicken. So there you go. Alright, so now let's go ahead and add in the onions. By the way, the pot is on a medium flame. You want this smoke. So now I'll be adding in some sweet peppers, some red and some orange, just to give the pot some extra color. I'll also be adding in some of the scallion right here, some extra flavor. So the vegetables have been going for about a minute and a half, and as you can see, the onion is nice and translucent. You can almost like see through it. So at this point, what you want to do is just make some space in whichever pan, pot, wok that you might be using, and you're going to add in some of your sauce. By the way, right now it's on a medium to low. Just turn on the fire a little bit. Let's go ahead and add in the sauce. I said some of the sauce just so that we could gauge it. Alright, so this is good. You don't want it to be bubbling too much when you just put it in. If anything, you want those bubbles to start after a little while. Alright, so I'll just go ahead and add in the rest. So now we're going to just mix everything in. I had the fire on a lower level a while ago because I wanted to preserve the vegetables and the onions, etc. But I'll just bring it back up to a little bit past medium and make sure that the sauce, it's a nice little bubbling going on, as you can see going on around here. So now that we have the nice little simmer going here, what I'll do is just put it on the flame back to right below medium, and at this point I'll go ahead and add in the chicken. Based on the amount you have here, it's going to be a nice sticky sweet and sour chicken. So let's just go ahead and add in the chicken now. As you can see, we're about the chicken mountain right here, but no worries. What you're going to be doing is just folding it in, and you'll allow all of the pieces of chicken to be coated. So here is the final product. Nice, sticky, sweet and sour chicken. That's my preference. I don't like watery sauce on it. So just to garnish it, I put some of the scallions on top there, the finely chopped scallions. And I'm going to just add a few sesame seeds just to bring it right over the top. Not too much. There you go. And that is how you do sweet and sour chicken, my style.
Thanks for watching our sweet and sour chicken video. It's always a pleasure working with you in Cliffy's Kitchen. We look forward to having you on our next video. But in the meantime, please remember to
ensure that you like, subscribe and share. And if you have any comments or any suggestions, you can always just leave them in the suggestion area down the bottom. And when you subscribe, or the subscribe button down there, click the notification bell so that you can get the videos as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching again.